My fiancé posted, making him take a polygraph test before the wedding. If he loves me, he has nothing to hide. I commented, great idea, you first. Then I actually scheduled 2 tests and sent her the appointment. When the examiner asked her the questions I'd submitted about her fidelity, I, 33 male, was scrolling through Instagram last Tuesday when my fiancée Bethany's 29 post showed up on my feed. Big bold text over a photo of us from last month, making my man take a polygraph test before our wedding. If he really loves me and has nothing to hide, he should have no problem proving it. Trust but verify, ladies. Smart bride, no secrets, pre-wedding test. I stared at my phone for a solid minute. We'd been engaged for 8 months, together for 3 years total. Wedding was in 4 months. Deposits paid, venue booked, invitations ordered, and she's posting this? She was at her friend Krista's apartment for their weekly wine night. I screenshot the post and texted her. We need to talk about this when you get home. She replied immediately. About what? The test? Babe, it's just smart. My cousin did it with her husband, and it gave them peace of mind. You didn't ask me. You just announced it publicly. Because I knew you'd overthink it. If you have nothing to hide, what's the problem? I put my phone down. Thought about it. She wanted a polygraph test? Fine. Great idea, I typed back. You first. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then, what? If we're doing this, we both take 1. You want transparency? Let's be transparent. That's ridiculous. I'm not the one who needs to prove anything. Why not? If you have nothing to hide, what's the problem? No response for 20 minutes. Then, we'll talk when I get home. She came home around 11 p.m., already defensive. I can't believe you're making this about me. You made it public without asking me, I said calmly. If we're doing polygraph tests, we're both doing them. Equal transparency. That's not fair. I'm the one who suggested it. And I'm agreeing, with the condition that you go first, prove you have nothing to hide. Her face went red. This is typical controlling behavior, Travis. I'm trying to protect our marriage, and you're turning it into some power play. I'm not controlling anything. I'm matching your energy. You want tests? We'll both take them. I don't need to take one. Why not? Because I'm not the one with trust issues. I don't have trust issues. You apparently do, since you want me to take a polygraph. So let's both take them and clear the air completely. She sputtered for a minute, then grabbed her purse. I'm staying at Krista's tonight. Maybe you'll be more reasonable in the morning. After she left, I did something petty. I commented on her public post. Great idea, babe. Just scheduled appointments for both of us. You're going first, though. Lead by example. Then I actually did it. Found a licensed polygraph examiner, booked 2 appointments 3 days apart. Cost me $800 for both tests. Sent Bethany the confirmation email with her appointment details. Her test was scheduled for Saturday at 2 p.m. Mine for Tuesday at 2 p.m. Update 1. Bethany lost her mind when she got the confirmation email. Called me at work Thursday morning, absolutely screaming. You can't just schedule something like this without asking me. You literally announced you were making me take one without asking me. I'm just following through on your idea. This is insane. I'm not taking a polygraph test. Why not? You have nothing to hide, right? That's not the point. That's exactly the point. You wanted to test my honesty. Let's test yours too. I'm canceling it. Can't. Non-refundable deposit. Plus, if you cancel, I'm canceling mine. And then I'm commenting on your very public post explaining that you refused to take the same test you demanded I take. Silence. Then, you're being a jerk. I'm being fair. Saturday at 2 p.m. The examiner's office is downtown. I'll drive us. She hung up on me. That evening, her mom called. Diane. This woman already didn't like me much, thought I wasn't ambitious enough for her daughter. Travis, Bethany is very upset. I know. She doesn't want to take the polygraph test she publicly demanded we do. Well, she didn't mean she had to take one. She was talking about you. Right, but if we're testing for honesty and fidelity, seems like we should both do it, for the marriage. That's ridiculous. She's been nothing but faithful to you. You on the other hand. Me on the other hand, what? Pause. Well, I don't know what you've been up to. Exactly. You don't know, so let's test both of us and remove all doubt. She huffed and hung up. Saturday came. Bethany barely spoke to me all morning, tried to claim she was sick. I told her we could reschedule, but I'd still cancel mine and post the reason publicly. We drove to the examiner's office in silence. The examiner, a guy named Paul, was probably in his 50s. Retired law enforcement, did corporate and private polygraphs. Very professional. He explained the process, the questions, how it worked. I'd submitted questions in advance. Standard stuff for relationships. Have you been sexually intimate with anyone else during our relationship? Have you had romantic feelings for someone else during our relationship? Have you lied to me about where you were or who you were with? Have you hidden any major financial debts or secrets from me? Is there anything you're currently hiding that could affect our marriage? Bethany went into the testing room. I waited outside. The test took about 2 hours with all the setup and questions. When they finished, Paul called me into his office. Bethany was in the waiting room, looking pale. Mr. Travis, I need to be direct with you. Your fiancé showed significant deceptive responses to multiple questions. My stomach dropped. Which ones? He showed me the printouts. The first question, about sexual intimacy with others, clear deception indicators. The question about lying about whereabouts, deception. The one about hiding things, major deception. What does this mean? It means she wasn't truthful in her responses to those questions. Now, polygraphs aren't 100% accurate, but these are pretty clear patterns. I'd recommend you have a serious conversation with her. I paid the balance. Walked out to the waiting room. Bethany was crying. Let's go home, I said quietly. In the car, she started before I could. The test is wrong. Those things aren't reliable. I told the truth, and it still said I was lying. Bethany, what? Just tell me, please. She was quiet for a long time. Then it was just twice, and it was before we got engaged. Everything went cold. What was twice? There's this guy at my office, Qley. There were 2 times, but it was before you proposed. It doesn't count. When before I proposed? Like a month before. I'd proposed 3 years and 1 month ago. A month before that, we'd been talking about moving in together, planning our future, and you've been working with him this whole time. It didn't mean anything. It was just physical. I chose you, Travis. I said yes to you. After sleeping with him. It was a mistake. Twice. I'm sorry, but you can't be mad. You made me take that stupid test. This is your fault for pushing it. I almost laughed. Almost. You demanded I take a polygraph test to prove I was faithful, and you've been hiding that you cheated on me. It was 3 years ago. You lied about where you were, multiple times apparently, since the test caught that too. What else did you lie about? She wiped her eyes. Nothing. The test says otherwise. We got home. I went straight to my computer and started looking up wedding cancellation policies. She followed me into the office. What are you doing? Seeing what we lose if we cancel the wedding. You're not seriously breaking up with me over something that happened 3 years ago that I didn't even have to tell you about. You had to tell me because you failed a polygraph test that you demanded. I demanded you take one. Because you were projecting. You cheated, so you assumed I did too. I just wanted to be sure. Sure that I was as dishonest as you? Well, good news. I'm not, which we'll never know for certain because I'm canceling my test. You have to take it now. Why? You failed yours. The wedding's off. There's no point. She started hyperventilating. You can't do this. Everything's planned. People are coming from out of town, the venue, the dress, You should have thought about that before you cheated on me and lied about it for 3 years. I'm calling my mother. Go ahead. Update 2. Diane showed up within the hour. Qley brought Bethany's sister, Michelle, for backup. The 3 of them staged an intervention in my own living room. Travis, you're being unreasonable, Diane started. How am I being unreasonable? Bethany made one mistake years ago. You're gonna throw away your entire relationship over that? She cheated on me twice with a coworker, then lied about it for 3 years, then demanded I prove my faithfulness. Yeah, I'm throwing it away. Michelle jumped in. Men cheat all the time and women forgive them. You can't even forgive one mistake? 2 mistakes. 2 different times she chose to sleep with someone else, and I'm not obligated to forgive anything. She chose you, Diane said. She said yes to your proposal. That means something. It means she settled, or Qley wasn't interested in anything serious. Bethany burst into fresh tears. That's not true. I love you. I want to marry you. You loved me 3 years ago too. Didn't stop you then. We weren't engaged then. So marriage is the only thing that would have stopped you? That's not reassuring, Bethany. Diane stood up. Fine. You want to be stubborn? Cancel the wedding, but you're paying for half the losses. She didn't do anything to deserve being financially punished. Actually, check the contracts. My name is on the venue, the catering, the photographer. I booked them. I put down the deposits from my accounts. Her face went red. You can't be serious. Deadly. I'm canceling everything tomorrow. You'll get whatever refunds are available, but most of those deposits are non-refundable at this point. That's thousands of dollars. Should have thought of that before demanding a polygraph test that exposed your own cheating. Michelle got in my face. You're a petty, cruel man. My sister deserves better. Then she can go find him. Maybe Cole's available. Bethany screamed at that and threw a decorative candle at me. Missed. It shattered against the wall. All of you need to leave, I said calmly. Now. This is her home too. No, it's not. Lisa's in my name. She moved in with me. Bethany, you have until next weekend to get your stuff out. You can't kick me out. I can, and I am. Be out by next Sunday or your stuff goes to storage and you can pay the fees. They left, but not before Diane told me I'd regret this decision for the rest of my life. Monday morning I started making calls. The venue was the biggest loss, $8,500 non-refundable. Caterer was $3,200 gone. Photographer gave me back half, $1,100. The DJ refunded everything except $200. Total loss about $13,000. Bethany's dress had been $2,800. That was on her credit card, her problem. The bridesmaid dresses were already paid for by her bridesmaids. My tux rental was $150. No loss there since I just canceled. All told, I was out $13,000. Hurt, but better than a divorce later. But then things got messy. Bethany's Instagram post from the beginning, she updated it. Update. Turns out my ex-fiancé couldn't handle being held accountable. Canceled our wedding because I asked him to be honest. Bullet dodged. No mention of her test. No mention of why things really ended. Her comments section filled up with support. You're better off. Men are trash. He wasn't worthy of you. One of my cousins saw it and called me. Dude, what happened? I told her the truth. She asked if she could share it. I said yes, but to be tactful. Within a day, the real story was circulating. My cousin didn't name names, just said guy's fiancé demanded he take a polygraph test, insisted she take one first. She failed, admitted to cheating. Now she's playing victim online. The story got back to Bethany. She called me, furious. You told people I cheated? You're playing victim online. I'm just correcting the record. That's private. Your post wasn't private. You made this public when you posted about the tests in the first place. Take it down. Can't take down what other people are saying. Maybe update your post with the full truth. She hung up on me. 2 days later, I got a call from Cole, the coworker. Travis? Hey man, this is Cole. I work with Bethany. I know who you are. Right. Listen, I heard about what happened. The wedding and stuff. I just wanted to say, I didn't know you guys were that serious when it happened. She told me you were casual. We'd been together 2 years when you slept with her. Yeah, I know that now. She lied to me too, man. Told me you guys were on a break or something. I wouldn't have, I'm not that guy. You slept with her twice. The second time she said you guys broke up. Look, I just wanted to apologize. I feel like crap about it. Does your girlfriend know? I'd seen his Instagram. He'd been with someone for 2 years now. Long pause. No. Might want to get ahead of that. Bethany's not exactly keeping quiet about anything. He hung up shortly after. I felt a little bad about that comment. But only a little. Final update. It's been 6 weeks since I canceled the wedding. Here's how everything shook out. The first week, Bethany moved out. Her dad came with a truck, and her brother. They didn't speak to me. Just loaded up her stuff and left. She tried to take the coffee table I'd bought before we met. I stopped that. She cried about it. Didn't care. Found out later she'd moved back in with her parents. Diane's apparently making her life miserable, asking why she couldn't just keep her mouth shut about the whole thing. The second week, some of Bethany's friends started reaching out to me. Not to yell, to apologize. Turned out Bethany had been telling them for months that I was probably cheating and acting suspicious. She'd been building a narrative to justify the polygraph test demand. One friend, Ashley, told me Bethany had been weird about Cole for years. She'd mention him constantly. We thought it was just because they worked together, but now it makes sense. Asked Ashley if she thought it was really only twice. She went quiet. I don't know, but Bethany went on a lot of work happy hours over the years. That messed with me for a few days, wondering how much more there was that the polygraph didn't catch. But then I realized, doesn't matter. Whatever the truth was, she'd lied about enough. Third week, I got a message from Cole's girlfriend. Apparently Bethany had reached out to her to clear her conscience about sleeping with Cole years ago, but in doing so, she'd mentioned Cole had been texting her recently to check in. Cole's girlfriend dumped him. Then she thanked me for the warning I'd given him because it made her press him about his history with Bethany, which led to finding recent texts. So Cole lost his relationship too. Can't say I felt bad about it. Week 4, I got a lawyer's letter. Bethany was threatening to sue me for emotional distress and damage to her reputation. Wanted $25,000. My lawyer sent back a beautiful response. Basically, your client demanded a polygraph test, failed it, admitted to infidelity, and has since posted misleading information online. Countersuit for defamation being prepared if this proceeds. Never heard back about the lawsuit. Bethany's Instagram went private after that. Heard through mutual friends she deleted the original polygraph post and most references to me. Too little, too late. Week 5, my brother's wife mentioned running into Bethany at Target. Bethany apparently tried to play victim. Travis broke my heart over nothing, until my sister-in-law just said, he dodged a bullet. You cheated on him. Bethany left her cart and walked out of the store. The invitations to our wedding had already gone out. I sent a mass text to everyone. Wedding canceled. Relationship ended. No gifts necessary. No explanation needed. Sorry for any travel plans already made. Got a lot of supportive responses. A few people asked what happened. I kept it vague. We discovered we weren't compatible after all. Most people heard the real story anyway. Small networks talk. Now 6 weeks out, I'm doing okay. Not great. The betrayal still stings. The lying stings worse. The projection, demanding I prove something she was guilty of, that stings most of all. But I'm glad I called her bluff, glad I insisted she take the test first, because if she'd never posted that Instagram nonsense, I might have married her without ever knowing. The $13,000 loss hurts, but it's cheaper than a divorce, and way cheaper than a lifetime with someone who lies that easily. Bethany's apparently seeing a therapist now. Good for her. Hope she figures out whatever made her think that Instagram stunt was a good idea. As for me, taking a long break from relationships. Maybe forever, who knows? Trust isn't coming easy these days. But at least I'm not planning a wedding to someone who'd cheat on me and then demand I prove I hadn't cheated on her. The irony still makes me laugh sometimes, in a bitter, this is my life now kind of way. Someone asked if I regret pushing for her to take the test first. Absolutely not. Best $400 I ever spent. Saved me from years of wondering, of half-truths, of finding out 5 years and 2 kids in that my wife had been lying since before we got engaged. The polygraph test was her idea. I just made sure it actually served its purpose, revealing the truth. She wanted transparency. She got it, just not the way she expected.